Hello, hello out there. Welcome. It's Rhonda Wade, and I'm coming to you with a lunch break at noon on a Friday. So happy Friday to all of you. It's Labor Day weekend. If you're here in the States, this is kind of like our end of the summer kickoff, kind of, or wind down weekend. So I'm grateful to be spending this time with you before we get to have kind of a nice long weekend break. So let me know when you're here. I'm excited to be wrapping up our Fun Fold Frenzy craft along. I'm actually kind of sad that today's our last day. It's been a lot of fun doing this along with you. Hello, Jennifer. It's Fun Folds are some of my favorites. Obviously, the interactive, and they're usually not as hard as they seem, and sometimes they are. But these videos really help to kind of break it down and show you how to put them together. So if you are joining for the first time, let me know. We would love to obviously welcome you here. Grateful that you stumbled across this page or stumbled across this YouTube channel, and hopefully you'll come back lots more. I am a very active demonstrator and love my business. It is my full-time job, actually. And I also run a coaching, teaching, training business as well. So I actually run two businesses kind of all within the crafting industry. So I'm really glad that you guys are joining me today. We're going to have some fun. So 2 more fun folds. So if you've been following along, this has been a series. We've done them over 4 days. And the reason why is because fun folds take a little bit longer, and they really do they need measurements, and a video really helps kind of to put them together. I have partnered with 3 other demonstrator friends of mine to bring you this event. It's a lot to be able to do it on your own. I actually wouldn't do it if it was just me. So I'm grateful that I've got some incredible friends that we love to work with each other and support each other, and to put all of this together for you so that you get to really maximize, and you do get to have 8 different cards during this Fun Fold series. And we called it Fun Fold Frenzy Back to School, because this is kind of the back to school time if you're from the United States, if you're from Canada, or wherever you are from. One of my partners in this was a Canadian demonstrator too. So Canadians were able to order the packet this time as well. So hello, I love seeing all of you guys here joining me again. You're ready? So we're going to end with 2 more. So let's just give you a brief synopsis of what we've done so far. First of all, it is a Fun Fold Frenzy Craft Along. This is a PDF that is still available. You can get it for free when you place your online order of at least $50. There's the link here in this description. So go ahead. I have been emailing them as I've seen the orders come through. So we'll try to get it to you over right away. And so far, we have made 6 Fun Fold cards. We featured the Charming Day with the bundle and the Just a Note bundle, and they were really fun to combine together. It's like this gorgeous floral and this really fun office supplies, school supplies, and then to mix those together I think has produced some really unique and gorgeous cards. So day 1, if you're just catching on. So if you're like, oh, I want to learn how to make that, or I want to see you make it again, you can go back and watch the other videos. But this was they called it a flip flap card. And again, I love the old olive and the petunia pop together. Day 1 was also, this is probably, when I always ask like, what's one of your favorites? This was one of my favorites. When I open it every time, it just, I think, is such an awesome card. So we've made 6 cards and I haven't even completed the first one yet. Okay, well, you're going to eventually finish it. We all stamp at different paces. This is a craft along, and I call it that so that because we give you all of the tutorials and measurements before we start if you purchase the craft along. So that way you can try to craft along with me. I am a faster stamper, and I've tried to slow down and it drives me nuts. So I don't know. It's just, that's just who I am. So, but you can create these obviously on your own. You can wait and do them all at once. To do all 8, I mean, each video has been about an hour long. So we've been chopping them up into 4 different days. So our day number, so those were designed by Ange McKay. Our day number 2 was designed by Erica Serwin, and we had this gorgeous bridge card. So these, Erica's, I loved both of hers because they were kind of ones that can stand up and they're almost like a little home decor piece. And with her, look how, this is such a beautiful, and you put your little message there on the back, but still lays flat to fit into an envelope. And then she did a column card. This one was very vintagey looking. And she really mixed, I love how she mixed the just a note pieces in with the charming day. And then you obviously put your note on the back there too. So this is a column card, so it also stands up nice. So that was day 2. Yesterday's were really fun. By the way, honest to God, I had never made any of these cards up till now. And I've been a demonstrator for 25 years. And so it's always fun to learn something new. And so one of the things that I love about these craft alongs is that not only do I get to teach you and show you videos and hopefully empower you to make these, but I'm right there with you. So I learned these cards from PDFs, tutorials, directions from my friends, so that we can do them together as well. So this is kind of a twofer where I get to have the fun that you guys get to have too. And I love just cutting by the measurements and then everything goes together so much quicker. So yesterday was designed by my friend Melissa Faust. And this one, again, never made either of these cards before. This one, I think she called a spanner panel card. And so it kind of opens up 3 times or twice. So you open up once there, and then this one, it was a gift card holder or money holder, and then it opens up again. So this was a great, there's a couple great back to school cards that you can send to maybe some college students that just went back to school or teachers that just went back to school. So I can think of, kind of buttering up to some of Carter's teachers and maybe sending them like a Big B card or a Starbucks gift card, just kind of wishing them a good year. So I've already got some mind that I want to do that with. Maybe his physics teacher, because physics is really tough and Carter is going to struggle with it. All right, so this was the last one that we did, and I think I have opened this card 50 times. I'm not joking. I loved this card and I just kept opening it and closing it, opening it and closing it. I love the simplicity of the outside of it, right? It's so simple and pretty, just like it is. Well, not yet at least. All right, so then I can, we're going to open this up. Here we go. And then watch when we open it, right? This is isn't that so cool? So cool. So I opened it. You made my day. So anyway, those are the 2. That's what we've done so far, right? I told you we've had a lot of fun. Okay, so let's jump into today's. Today's were designed by me, so I'm excited to show you these ones. So I don't want to say it that we've saved the best for last, but and I'm not saying that. It would be, and I always love to challenge you to pick what your favorites are. And I'm going to tell you, it would be super, super hard. Yeah, physics is, that's a toughie. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me turn you down to my hands. So we're going to jump in here, and there we go. These are the cards that we're going to do today. The first one I'm going to do is, let's start off with, we'll go do these next. So I'll show you. The first one is going to be, it's an accordion card. I called it a 3-panel, but really it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-panel accordion card. And I thought with this just a note, it was perfect because I could get so many of the fun bits and pieces on this card. So I really loved that one. And then this other one I got as a gift. So from Gayla, and Gayla might be watching. Gayla is almost always here, and so, but I don't see her on here yet. But Gayla sent me a card probably, I mean, I might say a few months ago. And I loved it because she sent me a card and she sent me the instructions with it, because this one required instructions. So, but when you look at it just up front, I think this is the one that's actually in the tutorial. Then it just looks kind of like a regular card. But then when you open it, it's like this really gorgeous. And again, it can stand up. The back of it is there for you to do, some decorating on as well. But yeah, look how beautiful and fun that is. And so, and I made it, and today I'm going to make it totally different as well. So I'm going to show you, again, you just kind of pull this, and then, so this is a different one. This one I made in white with Pretty Peacock and the petal pink, but using all the same supplies. But so really fun card. So that's going to be our second one. So you're going to have to hang around with me for a little bit. Okay, let's jump into our first one. You're going to need a piece of, I'm making it exactly like I did, well, close enough that I did in the sample one. So we're going to do 5.5 by 11, and we're going to do some scoring. So we're going to need, all of them will take some scoring. We're going to score this at 1 3/4, 3.5. I'm going to try to focus. Yesterday I messed up. 5 1/4 and 7. Open your little arm up there and do 7. Okay, so those are our score marks. Basically, they're 1 3/4 inch panels there. All right. So, and I did pre-cut the designer series paper. Let's take our bone folder and just fold along those lines. And just go back and forth and back and forth. Some accordion cards, people actually glue shut here, so then you could just flip it like that. And you are welcome to do that. I liked this one because when they took it out of the envelope, it kind of like popped out at them. So again, this is a great one to send to kids that are going off to school, that are college, teachers. Like, I think this would be great to give to some teachers that are just starting the school year off. They need a lot of our support. Marilyn said Gayla is at the beach. I love that you guys are friends. I love that you're friends. And I know, so it's cool for me when friends look out for each other. But yeah, Gayla is such a sweet friend and so supportive. I love it. She's very creative as well too. So it is. So the card is like a big hug. It's exactly what it is. Okay, so we'll do that one next. But this one, let's finish this one. The first one is a piece of designer series paper, and this one I stuck with the cute as can be all on this one card. And this is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to glue that down to the inside of our card. And then we have all these panels. In the sample, let me see, I actually did a couple different patterns. What I just prepared right now, let me see, I cut 4. Again, all of us really liked this pattern, but I wanted to be able to maybe shake it up a little bit. Let's see. Okay, we'll do this one too. So we'll do some stripes and then some of the gingham. We'll do 2 of these will be stripes. It's already cut at 1 1/2, so we'll just do. So we need 4 pieces of the designer series paper that were 1 7/8. Oh, I lied. They're 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. I didn't lie yet. I just didn't. So these were 1 1/2 by 5 1/4, and you need 4 of them. So let's just go ahead and glue those right down. So this card's actually really simple, guys. I love simple fun folds. And then I can make them. Okay, so we're gonna put this one on the outside, and then I just alternated them. You can get your stripes going whatever direction you want. Stripes that go up and down, they say they make you look skinnier, right? I don't know. So we'll do this one here, and then this one will go here. All right, so we just went ahead and put the paper there on the panels, just like that. All right, And so then next up, let's do a little bit of our decorating. Now what I did do, obviously it's when you put it in the envelope, it will stay a lot better. And also use your bone folder just to get a really good crease. And then if you want to, just stick a book on it, and then it will eventually, like this one that I have now, it stays closed nicely. But then also it's a fun one that someone can put up at their table and their desk. So that's my plans are to, so now we got about 3 or 4 of them that are perfect for teachers. I'm going to have send them in with Carter, with some of his teachers, just kind of helping them kick off the year. There's nothing wrong with buttering up teachers, I don't think. So sometimes Carter just needs a little bit of extra support, and as teachers, if you are kind and good to them, they will be kind and good back to you. All right, so the just a note. So Nancy has been following along, and she made my little, because I hadn't brought this back here yet, but we made our little case for it. So our just a note. I ran through 2 of our notebook pieces, and I did this ahead of time just to make it go a little bit smoother today. But this is what I needed for this card. I had fun with all the pieces. I wanted to add all the fun little office supply stuff, but I'm missing a paper clip. Oh, it's on the floor. Let me grab it. Okay. They look so much like real paper clips. Like you could run this through, like maybe glue a couple of them together with adhesive sheets and they'd be really thick. It actually probably would work like a paper clip. So they are so nice. Anyway, so I ran through like the big clip and a little heart, and I used a lot of the pieces. So I did all that ahead of time just to make it go a little bit faster today. But I'm going to take the lines. Oh, look, she also finished mounting all of mine for me. She's incredible. Okay, so we're going to take the pool party, and I'm going to stamp it actually, we need it also on a scrap piece of white too. So let me grab my scrap piece of white. So the first one I'm going to stamp on this is going to be for the front. And we'll stamp that full strength like that. Now, what I also, though, want is, I want it to be not quite so dark. And so I'm going to stamp it again without re-inking. And that's going to be for the inside. So I wanted one that's a little bit darker. That's the outside. And then I wanted one for the, actually, I like that one. I didn't want it to be real dark. So I'm going to, again, stamp it off. And this one will be for the outside. This one will be for the inside. I just like the light lines. So they're very, to me, it looks like almost looks like real paper. So, yeah. And then with our 2 3/8 inch punch, where we stamp that off, I'm going to go ahead and just punch that out. So we got some more notebook lines. Okay, we're going to take the just a note out of there with our old olive. Just a note. And then I'm pretty sure I use the you got this. Like we all need a little bit of encouragement when the school year starts for our students and for our teachers. So maybe you... Again, you might not have kids that are in school, but maybe you might have grandkids that are starting school. And how many kids have left to go to college? And I know so many of them are probably suffering from homesickness. And so, like, giving them those positive little reinforcements, that's exactly what these are. So, do any of you guys have any kids that you know that went to college? I know mine all struggled with homesickness at first. Okay, so we're going to take that just a note. We're going to stamp that down here at the bottom with our old olive. And then, all right. Hi, Donna, crafty friends. Those are some of the best friends to have. All right, just going to clean that off. All right, and then I went with a petunia pop. I'm just doing all my stamping right now, so then the stamping is done. And I had a little strip here this kind, I always do, I don't know how you guys craft, but I always do like all my die cutting, then all my stamping, and then the last thing I do is the assembling. Because that way when I make a mistake, we're just going to try again on the other side, see how it works any better. That's a little bit better. Okay. All right. It is. So this is the, and our, we didn't do any bee theme. So our theme was nothing with bees, but it is the bee mine, or the bee, yeah, I think it's called bee mine paper. But we didn't pull out the bees out of it. We really wanted the cheeriness of it is exactly like what you just said. All right, so let's go ahead. Now I think we've got pretty much all the stamping done. Let me close these stamp pads so we all don't have a heart attack and Rhonda doesn't ruin her card as she makes them too, which we've all seen her do before. So let's see if I can learn from my mistakes. All right, so this is fresh freesia. And I kind of put the clip up there like that. I'm gonna stick a little heart. See, this reminds me of paper dolls. I love it. Okay, so put that on there. Kind of just decorate our clip a little bit. And then I'm going to glue down just, oh yeah, well this one is going to have a little bit of it on both sides. That's good. Okay. Michelle said they're just done with college. Wow, your daughter's going to go for physician's assistant, so it's a little bit longer than. Okay, so I'm going to just, and it's a little bit at an angle. I mean, not too much at an angle, but just a little bit of an angle there. All right, so I glued that there. So there's the front. We're going to add some of our Charming Day dots that we've been using all week long. Hopefully we've given you lots of ways to use these. I've included them in quite a few classes because I have been using them so much. I'm going to put it up here. You can write a note on there if you want to, but it's just kind of fun, the notebook look to it. Okay, so there's our outside. Now we get to decorate all of our panels. So I love these little heart clips. So all I'm doing is just putting a little bit of adhesive. These, we've all used them in kind of some different ways. Just putting some of those colors on just to bring it all together. On this little, let me see, on this little guy, I did put a clip on here, and I've been just clipping it on like with a little skinny mini glue dot or a little bit of green glue. Oof, green glue and I have not been playing really well together lately, so I'm going to go with just a little skinny mini glue dot. That little glue dot and I've been playing nice together, so we're gonna do that, and then I'll put a little one there on the back as well. All right, hi Linda Murphy. All right, okay, this is our last day of our Fun Fold Frenzy craft along. Okay, here we go. That's gonna go down there. I did want to show you guys, I'll show you in a little bit, a class that I'm offering right now. This is our kind of our final call out for it. So that just goes on there to kind of decorate the inside. And then last but not least, we've got the You've Got This. And I'm just going to trim it off here. And then probably about this much space, because what I want it for, we're just going to put one more paper clip. So the paper clip is on there like that. So I'm just going to, the back, I don't need one on the back, but just the front. And I just rolled it really skinny. So it's rolled really skinny, and then it will actually, it hides pretty good back there. And then I'll put this on there. All right, I'll put my Do Not Disturb on my computer. Then take a couple dimensionals and put this glue down the one that I didn't choose. No one ever gets to see those. And then this is going to go on our other piece of our notebook. All the way over here. And then this gets glued down to the inside where you can put your little message. Okay, see? Easy peasy, super cute. The whole point of this crafting is for us to have fun together. But it's also I think this is a great purpose for our teachers and our students and all those people who are, just getting school started again. So one thing I did try to do is I did try to kind of hide this behind this other one. So I kind of put it so it's not like sticking out. So it's just kind of hid behind there. All right, what do you think of our first one? Isn't that so fun? You can put little notes here. You can write a little message here. Again, if you're writing this to a college student or someone else or a teacher, such a fun, meaningful. This one I put the panels just a little bit differently. You can put the panels however you want to. They all look so good. All right, I'm excited about that one and actually sending them out this week. Okay, our next one. I'm going to cut this one with you kind of from scratch, just to show you that it takes just about a whole sheet of paper. So this is a piece of our basic beige. So if you're just joining, let me show you the card that we're going to make right now. So it's I didn't know the name of it, but we called it an expanding gatefold, pop-out gatefold card. I don't know, we had fun making up that name. So here is the first one I ever made. I loved it. And then when I made it for the tutorial, I did this fun color, Petunia Pop and Mossy Meadow, like really fun. So this one, today I'm using another whole different pieces of paper. So on this today, I'm going to be using the color, this piece here. So the Blackberry Bliss and kind of some pretty peacock. So this charming day has a lot of beautiful options for you. But let's start in with our piece. Now I definitely have got to follow along with the measurements. I do not have them memorized. And this one does have some serious score marks to it. And I thought I could make these easier. So just so you know what I did was I created this template, and this template is in the tutorial, and it really gives you the measurements pretty clearly. So those are all in the tutorial, and I've saved that so that way when I put it together, I have a little bit more confidence with it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is cut this down to a whole sheet of basic beige. We're going to cut it at 5.5 by 9.5. So 5.5 by 9.5. Right. And then this other piece over here is 3, which this is exactly 3, which is why, like, at first I thought, I'd like to make this just a little bit bigger. Well, you'd have to use a lot more paper. Now you just use this other strip that's left over. It's 3 by 10 and 5/8. So 3, here we go, by 10 and 5/8. This one has some 8s. So you're going to cut off this little tiny piece of it. Now let's score. Let's score our the 5.5 by 9.5 piece. All right, we're going to score this first at a 1/2 inch. So remember, when I do the small ones, I kind of work this way first when I do those smaller ones. It's easier to control your paper. So you're going to do it at a 1/2 inch. Then I go the other direction, and we're going to do it at 2 5/8, 6 7/8, so just short of the 7, and then 9. Okay, so those are the 4 measurements on the bigger piece. Donna said, will this template be in the projects on your website? Yes, so on Creative Corner, yes, all of these will be on Creative Corner, and we'll probably get them loaded up there this weekend. So if you are part of Creative Corner, it's $14.95 a month. You'll have access to all of my classes, tutorials, stamp camps, retreats. I just put everything on there. So that way it's kind of like a library of everything is there. All right, this 3 by 10 5/8, we're going to score it at 2 1/8. 4 1/4, 6 3/8. This was a tricky one on here. 6 3/8. And then the last one is 8 1/2. Okay, so this one basically, it's a 5 equal. They should be 5 pretty, yeah, pretty much. But you're gonna fold it differently. I'll show you. You're gonna fold it like this. So this middle one is flat, and then this one, and you can actually go either way, and the card works both ways. But this is what it's gonna look like that. Okay. Well, we're not quite done. We still need this. We still need this for just one more thing. Okay, so for this piece here, that we've already done our score marks on, you're going to fold that in, and then this little tab is actually going to get folded out. All right, same thing on this side. This one goes in, and then this one goes out. So what we want to do is take these tabs here, and we want to cut them down. If you can see here in my little template, let's see, sometimes it's so hard to tell. We're going to cut down so all we have is just this little tab there. Does that see? All right. We're going to take you can obviously take I'm just going to use my scissors. And I go in about, I should probably, it's about 1.5 inches. You just need a little tab there. And you probably should use your trimmer. It would probably be a much better, straighter cut. Like if you wanted it to be better, and I probably do. I should show you what to really do the right way. So I'm going to just cut up about 1.5 inches. Cut down about 1.5 inches. There you go. And then we're just going to snip these off. So you're creating this tab, and you don't want the tab to be big, just there. Okay, so you have these little tabs. Okay. Now let's go ahead. So you have these tabs, and they're about the same. It doesn't need to be the same. They don't need to be perfect. It's pretty close. Let's go ahead and start putting down some of our designer series paper. So the first piece I have is going to go here right in the middle, and that's 4 by 5 1/4. And I just wanted to show you, like, this is the different colors, but same paper, just different kind of colors, just to show you a different variation of the same papers. And then we have 4 panels. And one thing I do love about the Charming Day is that the flip side always is a nice coordinating simple. So on all of them, like one side, the back side is one that's a little bit, definitely more muted. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. We use the muted side on both of them. See, so this one was the pretty peacock. So we're going to use, this one is Blackberry Bliss. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue down all these panels. These panels, again, were 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, in case you missed that to begin with. And last one. Okay, so these go here. You do use quite a bit of this paper, and we had not used this paper all week long. At least I don't think any of us did. So I wanted to use it just to kind of, again, show you how beautiful all the paper is in that pack. Okay, and then this side over here. So both of these panels, front and back, I added that. Okay, so see, we're getting there. Pretty simple. Oh, you need one more piece of basic beige, and you're just gonna need just a little piece of it. It is 1 7/8 by 2 3/4. So 1 7/8 by 2 3/4. That's the same measurement of 4 more pieces of that designer series paper. So there's 4 more, and they're the same measurement. 1 7/8 by 2 3/4. Yeah. Hi, Katie. You're not too late. Well, and good thing is it's all recorded. All 4 days are recorded. You can absolutely go back and watch them and go from there. All right. So we're going to do 2 of the flowers on the out panels, the muted pattern, and then in the middle we're going to do our image there. All right. So when I made these, we're using the Charming Day stamp. I gotta get my Charming Day stamp set out. Okay. So, and I have my Thanks for Being You. That is gonna go there. Those ones that I made are using a different stamp set, but we're going to be using the Charming Day stamp set, which I've got some. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue those down. So we have to alternate. So we're going to put the solid patterns on the inside like that. And then we have the flower patterns on the outermost one. Let's try to not. Yesterday I glued down the flowers upside down because I wasn't paying attention. It's just so much going on. I kind of want to make sure, like this one, I want to make sure my pretty pieces that have a nice big beautiful flower, I'm putting those on the outside. And then this one. Okay. And then let's go ahead and do our stamping. I have the Thanks for Being You with the Blackberry Bliss. And that's just going to go right up there. That, a couple dimensionals. Well, 4. One in each corner. I've made this card a bunch. I've definitely had fun with it. So again, a big shout out to Gayla Odell. She's the one who inspired me completely. And I had to have it in my hands. I don't learn well from like seeing pictures. Like I needed to actually have it in my hand. Oh, I'm not done with this. I'm gonna back out. Ooh, that's a scary one to leave open. All right, so here's our little panel that we have so far. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna clean this off. Blackberry Bliss is a scary. It's not really scary, but it's an ink that I can get all over the place. All right, so now we are going to take this middle piece, and the first thing I'm going to do is just glue this down. Just the middle panel will get glued right down there to just get it in the middle as much as you possibly can. Okay, so that's glued down there directly, right? This is why I love to use Stampin' Seal Plus. Now on this one, you're going to put glue on the tab, just the tab. And again, I like to lay this flat, and so this already has glue on it, and this should just lay right over. That's where I know where to put it. Okay, otherwise I don't even know where you figure it out. Let me show you that again. You get 2 tries. Put glue on the tab. Okay, good glue. This, fold it over and put down your tab. Then this will just fold down, and then it should be exactly where you need it to be. So now you can go this direction, and look, it lays perfectly. And then you can pull out too. And again, you can do it either direction. If you want this flower on the front, or I'm gonna do that flower because it matches a little bit better. So, but when they pull it, they're gonna get to see all of it. All right. Next, we're going to take, when you buy the kit, there should be just one, I had that circle in there for you. There is one other circle left. It's a 1.5 inch circle punch. And we're going to stamp the You Made My Day. I'm going to do Hey, You Made My Day. Let me grab another block. I should, I'm going to do the Hey and the Blackberry Bliss. Right kind of up there. Hey. And then I'm going to take the Pretty Peak Petunia Pop, and we're going to do You Made My Day. Right there. Okay. So pretty. All right. Hey, you made my day. I think we could think of lots of people we could send this to. All right. Thank you guys. I know some of you are just joining now. You can go back and watch the replay, but we have 4 days of fun folds that you can jump into. I think all of our stamping is about done. And did I clean that off? Let's put that back. I'm trying to keep myself a little bit not all over the place because that's how I get ink everywhere. Okay, there we go. Let's assemble. Take our dimensionals and put a couple of those. We'll put 3 back here. Now with, this is what I used from the Charming Day. So I didn't do any of the stamping from the Charming Day this time. I used the words, but I told you, I absolutely love these flowers. I love the ones that are, this one is probably my favorite. It's got so much detail in it. It's hard to see the Blackberry Bliss. Looks like a black blob in the video. But then there's this other, like a rose, and the petals, the leaves. And all week long, we've used all the gorgeous, gorgeous ones out here. You can stamp and cut them out like we did yesterday. So the Charming Day actually gives you a lot of variety when it comes to them as well. So it wasn't like, I know we have lots of flower sets, but this one does offer a little extra versatility too. Well, what are you doing? What are you guys' plans for Labor Day weekend? I'm excited. To be honest with you, usually we're gone for some sort of sporting event, but obviously Carter's still recovering and healing. And so we're home and our entire family's coming home. Bodie is going to be at our house tonight. So I'm really excited. I'm going to be able to spend all weekend with my family. And then we got some things with our friends we're doing. So I'm going to have a great little weekend. I'm excited. All right. Oops. I'm going to put these together. So I just kind of layered that. This is the Pretty Peacock, and it's Blackberry Bliss. And then I'm going to layer them together on the card. I got to see where I'm going to put my... Okay, so I want to make sure that I don't put this where it shouldn't be. I'm going to put... So I'm just going to kind of layer this over here. And this will give you a little bit of wiggle room. You can kind of move these around if you want to. I don't know how I got a mini glue dot there. I did not mean to put one there. But there is one there on that leaf. I don't know where that came from. All right, we got a little mini glue dot. I'm going to put right... I'm going to take this one. Did not go where I wanted it to go. We'll use that one on the back because we're going to cover up a lot of it there. This one I'm not covering up that much, so I don't want to put it where it doesn't belong. There we go. Now one more mini glue dot to kind of hold this in down here. And I'll position it so we can see the words pretty good. All right. So, hey, you made my day. And you can work with some more of the glue. Let me put one more. These I like because you can kind of manipulate a little bit where you want it to lay. You could use liquid glue. See, I got it laying just where I want it to. the ribbon that I'm putting on the outside is our basic beige ribbon, but I didn't want a big, huge, big, huge piece of it. So I just went ahead and cut off the length I want. And then I just cut off, like the edge of this is a kind of like a pretty, like a satiny edge. So I really liked the edge. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of cut off maybe a little like of a 1/4 inch. These scissors. I'm so excited. We have a scissor sharpener coming to our convention. I'm going to have all my scissors sharpened. Okay, a little bit more. So this is a great way to take some of our ribbons. So I can use this on another card, but I want just that pretty, it's like a satiny edge to it. Okay, all right, then I'm gonna tie a little bow with this, just a little satiny edge. Okay. And it's a little bit, yeah, it has like a little bit of a ruffle to it, and some of the fibers, kind of start to fray. And I like that look. It gives it a really pretty look to it. Okay, let me grab a mini glue dot for that. This is where I'm going to cover up where I got these kind of chunked up together. You won't see it at all. Put that right there. There you go. So hey, you made my day. We can add in some of our dots, and actually I think even some of these blue ones would go pretty on here because there's some shades of blue in there as well, but also those the petunia pop ones will go really good, especially because you stamped some of that petunia pop in there. So just sprinkle them on wherever you want to put them. Someone says, do you have a rhyme or reason? And I really don't. I kind of just make up where I want them to go. And then, so thanks for being you. What a fun, really fun card. On the back of it, you want to put a piece of white that is, let's see here, 4 by 5 1/4. Let's see. 4 by 5 1/4. I had not cut that yet. And then you can just put one more strip of the paper, so you can use up some more of your scraps of the paper. You can put that down there at the bottom, whichever of the patterns that you want. Then I just took the rose and some of that. I ran through a leaf too, and then this is going to get added onto there. So let me just take a couple more mini glue dots with that. Go. Here, voila. And then that gets glued down to the back, and that's where you'll put your message. So what a fun, really fun fold. Thank you guys. What do you think? All right. Do you have a favorite? I am curious. I know you'll pick your favorite more when you actually make them, but just by looking, and have you guys made, there's so many. Look at this. Whenever I'm done with a craft along, this like always blows my mind, like how much, we do in a course of a week. But I'm so happy. I'm happy to have all of these projects too that now I can use and send out. As I make them, I always kind of think of people in my mind, like, oh, I want to give this to that person. So here you go, like all week's worth of videos and pictures and lots of love and effort in there for all of you. So hopefully you have enjoyed. Let's see, does anybody have a favorite? I don't think anybody has said that. Everybody says all. I would have a hard time picking a favorite for sure. This one was definitely like my end result. I've had a lot of fun with. But my favorite one, I think, really could probably be, I think this card's so cool. I really loved that. I don't know. It's hard. I love them all for different reasons, but they were so fun. So thank you guys for joining me. It is Friday. It's time for us to have another little break over the weekend, hopefully. we still have lots of work going on here in the studio. So I won't be taking a break for a little bit, but we're grateful that you joined along during our craft along. Stay tuned. I can promise you there will be more. We have 2 more for the rest of the year. We'll have one, and I do them about every couple of months because it takes a lot of work to get ready for these, and so we have to start planning our next one. We'll be doing one probably like the end of or like the middle of October, kind of like the middle to beginning of October. And then what I'm really excited about is we're gonna be doing a Santa's workshop in November. So so make sure to stay tuned. How do you find out about my events? You have to be on my email list. I post on Facebook sometimes the links, and sometimes I don't because the things sell out. So but my email list always gets first dibs. My email list is who I go to first, and it's a lot easier to keep track of things, and I know that they're going out. So make sure you are signed up for my email list so that you'll know when I do these events. And we ship classes out all across the country, hundreds and thousands in a month, every month. I think last month we sent out probably close to 1,000 classes all across the country in the US. So we love to do that, to put the creativity in your hands, make it easier for you to be creative and to make things. So we send you the supplies. You know, you watch the videos or follow along with the tutorials, and then when you're done, you get to have all these fun things to have as well. So in the description here, there is a link to be able to place your own order on my online store. You can order whatever you want to. The In Color sale is ending on Sunday, and it's a great sale. All the current In Colors plus anything that has it in it is 15% off. Oh, I also wanted to show you a class that I think the deadline to register is also Sunday. It's one of my favorites. It's my favorite. I called it Mountain Majesty class, or Majestic Mountain class. And I did it for a Creating for Christ event. But we took this this landscape class. So you actually, in the class, you will receive all the frames. And these are like shadow box frames, so they're definitely a little bit thicker. And so we created these frames. So you could use all 4 of them yourself. You can hang them. You can hang them on the wall. So you can have like that, like the little foursome, or you can give each of them as gifts. I love this one. So there's a lot of, they're based on scripture. And we did it as a part of our retreat. Well, we all loved them. So I loved them so much that we were able to get more of the kits. And then now we're offering it to, I'm offering it to all of you. And while the supplies last, because the kits are on the last chance. So anyway, you'll get the kits, you'll get the dots, and then all the directions. You also will get the print work too. So there's 4 of them. There are 4. This one is B. This has been and almost always will be my favorite scripture verse. Be still and know that I am God. We're not including the linen threads. You have to have your own linen thread, but everything else is included. So you make those four frames, and then there's supplies to make 9 cards. So the kit itself. So then we included, it's one of our past paper pumpkins, but for when I was able, I think those are gone. Those are all sold out, but I was able to get them when they were still available. And you'll make some cards that are just like in the kit. But then we also, of course, added scripture verses to the other ones. And so the directions to make the cards are all in the kit, but then we give you the directions on how to add the scripture verses to it. So these are absolutely beautiful cards to send to uplift people, support them. If you're a part of our Creating for Christ group, you know, we send out cards. And these cards are so cool because look, the back and the front are decorated. These are so beautiful. And it comes with envelopes, so the envelopes are included too. So you'll make 9 cards, 9 envelopes, and all 4 frames. You can keep them for yourself or you can give them as a gift. But yeah, so those are all, I posted it and emailed it out today as well. So those are kind of on a while supplies last basis, because once the product is gone, it's gone. We can't get it anymore. So anyway, that is a class that I just announced. I think it's some fun to see them in person too. But you'll make, there's 9 cards. I only showed you so much of them, but you'll add the scripture verses to them. And we do I'll send you the print work. Now people also ask me, like, where can I get all, like, Creating for Christ is obviously a passion in my life. I have a partner, Julie Salva, and we started it probably I don't know, 16 years ago, a long time ago. I mean, we were doing it, but the last 8 years we've been doing very, it's consistent. I do a class in there. I offer a class every single month for free. So, but you have to be on the Facebook group to be able to get, we post a tutorial. So I printed the tutorials on there, the print work, but you do have to be a part of that group. But we also offer it, well, we'll ship it to you so that, again, we'll send you all the supplies and you can make them as well. So I just loved that class. I wanted to pop in and show it to you while any of you that were still on here. But it is a fun one. And it's just gorgeous. It's just one that also like kind of speaks from the heart too, and your soul as well as you're creating. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you next week on our normal lunch break with Ronda. So I'll be doing one video next week. But thanks for being a part of this craft along and this series. I got to see lots of you this week, and it was a lot of fun. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.